Okay, Vayikra b'lashon nister. Says the Holy Nesiv Shalom. Vayikra Moshe v'yadaber Shemela m'yayam mayed leimar Adam ki yakriv mikem karban laShem. Very strange words. So he brings down from his grandfather Yisrael Beis Avram. L'hadik siv Vayikra b'lashon nister v'loy nema mihu ha'koyrei. He's asking, the Baal Beis Avram is asking, it doesn't say who called. Who mi ha'koyrei? Who's the one that's calling? It doesn't say. Shemarumas bazeh alabaska layotzis b'chol yoim v'aymeres shuvu banim. The famous baska, we learned about this many times, right? The baska comes out every day, and those are the feelings that we feel each day, that we have to do the right thing, that we have to have the right ruts and the right thing, right? Kedisa b'zayah chadash gimel, okay? Hi akriya shakadosh baruch hu kayrei b'chol yoim l'leiv Yehudi. Every single day, in our hearts, HaKadosh Baruch Hu calls out and we hear something. You know what that is? That's that feeling that we hear every morning. You know, it's time to get up, get out of bed. Don't be so lazy. Don't worry about it. Get to shul. Be Mavi Yissedra. Learn a little bit today. Do something today. That's all this basko.
So it's supposed to be the call of Hashem that we're hearing?
No. When you feel something inside, you know, let me take out my tehillim now. Right. Or let me do this. Where'd you get that feeling from? That's your neshama listening to that baskol, telling you now it's time to do this.
But the baskol is what?
Is Hashem sending out a baskol. We're going to learn now.
Hashem is sending out the baskol. Oh, okay.
Kamar Baal Shem. Now listen to this. Listen to this. Kamar Baal Shem Tov. The Holy Baal Shem Tov said, the Baal Shem Tov said that, you know, he reiterated this idea that the baskol comes out every day.
Comes out what?
Every day that the baskol, this projection comes out. There's a message coming out every day. The kosher, my nafkamina. So the Baal Shem Tov said, my nafkamina. Like, what's the difference? Why? Madua ain't shoyim I say. Why don't we hear it? How come if there's a baskol going out, why don't we hear it? And if we don't hear the baskol, so then why does it go out? And there's no manashah. If Hashem is sending out this message every day, and we don't hear the message, so what's the point in the message? Got it?
It's upside down. What's the point of that? That we keep our ears stuffed and refuse to accept it. It's out there.
No, but we're saying that he's saying like this, if we don't hear the message, so if we don't hear it, what's the point in it going out? Let's stay tuned. No, let's stay tuned, okay. Uvirak shekriya zu shakadosh baruch hu kayrei mehar chayrev ma'ilidis iris beliboy shel kol Yehudi. This idea, you know, we have this as iris in our heart. We feel we got to do the right thing. We drag ourselves out to do things that we don't necessarily want to do.
But we do.
But we do them anyway. That comes from because that baskol comes out from our chayrev that our neshama is in tune with, and it hears it every single day. So the Rebbe is saying like this, you know, you may be thinking, you know, okay, this baskol goes out to the great pious people of the generation, but what about me? And I don't hear no baskol. What about me? Hashem is saying, wait, what about me? So he says like this, no problem. Even the lowest of the low. And if someone feels chas v'shalom, he's part of that pachas shebechusim. What does he say? Even that person sometimes will feel something. He'll feel something of avodas Hashem. Even the lowest of the low. And that comes from that baskol that goes out, that his neshama hears, listens to. And if someone is smart and it actually means he has eyes in his head. That in other words, he's aware. He's aware. He understands. He understands what's going on. He's oiches it. He grabs onto it. He grabs onto this iris. He feels something, so he runs with it. And v'lo penu, he's not lax with it. He's not lax with it. He grabs onto it and he takes it. In other words, he feels, I want to do something today. I want to daven a little bit better today. So not just keep the feeling. Do something with it. Go with it. Actually daven better. Do the parsha. Do the daf. Whatever you need to do. Just do it. Ad lepnimius nafshay, until it'll bring him to the depths of his own nefesh. It'll bring him to the depths of his nefesh. If he goes with his feelings of avodas Hashem, he goes with them, it'll show him who he really is and what he truly is made of and what he can really become. And that's what gives us the additional strength that we need to come up to greatness. That's why Hashem spoke to Moshe in a lashon of nista, quietly. It was very quiet. Kriya zu shakadosh baruch hu kairei el Yehudi medaberes el kol Yehudi lechud b'inyanim hashaychim loy. You see, each one of us gets our own message. Each one of us has certain things that we have to do, and each one of us gets a message that pertains to us, what we need to accomplish. Moshe Rabbeinu heard this calling from Hashem, but the rest of the Jewish people did not hear it. What does that mean? So what's the point in the message going out if everyone doesn't hear? Because that baskel goes out to each and every Jew specifically for what that Jew needs. The Vayikra it has a little aleph, right? Vayikra is written in the Torah with a little aleph. Vikari Bey Vayikar Meloshan Mikra. But it can be called like the word vayikar, lashon of mikra, of happenstance. Mikra is actually a happenstance. It just happens on its own. It's something that happens. Kala ma'oires hamikrim. Ha'oivim al Yehudi hareim kriya nisteres me'Hashem yizbarach. All the different things that happen to a Jew, the circumstances we find ourselves in, they're all messages from Hashem to help us see what we have to accomplish. Whatever happens to us in life, all the people that we meet, all the places we go to, all the things that we hear, all the things that we see are all messages from Hashem to help us be in tune to what we actually need. From the things that happen to the person. A person should go back to his shirish, where he comes from, and his mikar, from his root. And this is like a mashal where a king has to send his son away to a distant place. But the king sends him regularly. The king sends him different letters, but he writes it in a Morse code, in a special code that if someone else sees that letter, they wouldn't know the king's business. In other words, the king sent his son away. He sent him away in a way because he needed him to do something, whatever it was, but he wanted to stay in touch with him. So the king set up a code system that he could write to him and that the son will understand, but everyone else won't understand it, in case it gets into the hands of the wrong person. Nistarim al kol ma sheyase ve'eich sheyisnai, on what he should do, what the son should do, and how the kingdom is doing. So to Hashem sends to us hints. He sends us these little hints, the ramazim, the hints. Nistarim al yedei kol ha'mayros, via all the things that happen to us, via the people we meet and the things that happen to us. Sometimes we think, Hashem, why do I have to go through this? What do you mean why you have to go through this? Look how Hashem is sending you a message in that thing. Quit complaining and look into the situation and see what Hashem is showing you. It's teaching us how we should conduct our lives via each circumstance Hashem puts us in. You know, by Jews, sometimes we have very difficult times. And what? That the Yetzer Hara is so strong. The Yetzer Hara attacks us sometimes. The Yetzer Hara is very, very strong. And it puts the person through these difficult, bitter tests. Such bitter test, until the Jew feels, how can I overpower this? This is so strong. He feels that he's going to get swept away by the Yetzer Hara. He doesn't know what to do. And that would come to sometimes cause the Jew to, so to say, complain to Hashem. Why am I going through this situation? What's this, Hashem? Why do I have to go through this, Hashem? A Jew would sometimes complain, the Jew can't endure this so much, he feels that he can't overcome it. But the truth is, we know that each Jew comes into this world to fix a certain thing. Each one of us has something to fix in this world. We have a midah, we have, what?
We have a mission.
A mission, very good. But each one has its own specific mission. And whatever that thing is that we have to work on, that we have to fix in this world, whatever that is that Hashem wants us to fix, the Yetzer Hara is going to attack us in that and not allow us to fix this. The Yetzer Hara will allow him to fulfill all the mitzvahs. And do good deeds of act of goodness and kindness. So long as he doesn't fulfill his goal and his purpose in the world, do all the mitzvahs. Say all the tehillim you want, learn, do whatever you want to do. But if the person is suffering with kas, or the person has other different taivas, different other desires that he has to overcome, but he doesn't delve into that and work on them and transform them, so then he didn't accomplish what he was supposed to accomplish. Parshas Vayikra Moshe b'loshen nistar hadavra kosher loy b'yoser harehu kriya nisteres shakadosh baruch hu elav al tachlis yudei shalav l'saket. See, that's a very private thing. Each one of us has certain messages that Hashem sends us. That's private to us. That we each one hear it ourselves, so we understand what Hashem wants us to accomplish. We hear what the message that Hashem is telling us. When I know why am I doing this? I know I'm not supposed to do this. That's a message from Hashem. What are you doing? You know you're supposed to fix that. Stop doing what you're not supposed to do and start doing what you're supposed to do. Ukemremes Rama Chazal, Heichi dami bal tshuva ba'isai perik uba'isai makam uba'isai isha. It's right. The Gemara brings down like this. It's an idea. The person is saying, how can I be about tshuva if I'm in this chapter of my life? I'm living in this neighborhood. I'm in this makam, in this place. Ubaisa isha with this wife. He says, if I only had a different circumstance, I could do better. Or if I had a different wife, it would be better for me. Or I lived in a different neighborhood, it would be better for me. He thinks in this circumstance Hashem put me in, I can't fix it. This is my situation. I can't do any better. I can't do any better in this circumstance. Those conditions, those conditions that are in are preventing him from going up and accomplishing what he has to accomplish. But really he needs to know, how does the Baal Tshuva fix his goal in this world? Specifically with that chapter that you find yourself in at that moment, in that specific place that you're living with that neighbors and everything else, with that wife. And if only people understood that, the divorce rate wouldn't have to be so high, right? Oh, if I had a different wife, it would be better. No, Hashem gave you that one because that's the one that you need to memala your tafkid in the world. Because if Hashem prepared for you this chapter of your life, and this place to live, specifically with those conditions, and then he can fulfill the exact purpose of why he came into the world. The Rebbe says further, the opposite. Hatanoyim elu, these conditions that you think you're complaining about, misayim loy, they assist him, limale eschayvasay ba'olam. They actually are there to assist us if we only know how to read the situation, if we only know how to understand what's going on. Because without those things, it would be impossible for me to fix my goal in life. You know, there's a very important teaching that I want to share with you. You know, many times we dive into Hashem that we need different things, right? We need different things. We need the health. We need parnasa. We need the this. We need a lot of things. But we're always supposed to dive into Hashem. Hashem, I'm davening to you, and Hashem, if this is ultimately good for me, please give it to me. Hashem, you know what's ultimately good for me. I think I know what's good for me. But Hashem, you know what's ultimately good for me because you know the whole picture. I only see my this little snapshot that I'm looking at, but I don't see the whole picture. Hashem sees the whole picture. So you dive into Hashem like this. You say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, look, I need this, but Hashem, if this is good for me, please grant it to me. If it's not ultimately good for me, I don't want it. You dive into Hashem in that way because we don't know if the circumstance that I'm in, maybe that's the situation I need to deal with exactly. So I dive into Hashem, change it if it's only good for me. If not, let me deal with this and let me fix whatever I have to do. Let me deal with it. That's the main avodah of a Jew, to understand that Hashem puts us in the circumstances, the situation, and it's very, very specific of exactly what's in our lives. Hashem sets it up and orchestrates it perfectly for us, what we need. Exactly what we need. To fix the specific inyan. That's why we came into the world. And that's why this neshama came into this guf, in this place, in this neighborhood, with these family members, only because that's what you need. That's the exact prescription, what's needed in order to make the tikkun. And it won't help him much. Even if he goes through his whole life with masim tovim, he does good things, he chases after doing good things, gives charity, does everything, but he doesn't fix what he really had to fix in his life. He abandons his mission. He abandons his mission.
Does he know his mission?
We know our mission. That's what we're learning. We know the mission. Anytime we have something that keeps popping up at us, and the Yetzer Hara pushes it away from us, that's a clear sign that that's our mission. Whatever that thing is, everybody knows themselves. Whatever thing that keeps popping up and the Yetzer Hara keeps pushing it down, then that's the mission. But to understand that that's what I have to work on. So today, if we have something like that, they go to a doctor, they'll take different antidepressants and different things. But then they're not fixing what the problem. They're here to fix something. We're here to fix something, not to mask it. We don't want to mask the problem. We have a problem, we have to deal with it head on, not to mask the problem. Shekol zman sheloi tikon haprat hazeh loi molei es tafkidoi ba'olam. So in other words, we're saying like this, that really the Yetzer Hara, he's very clever and crafty. He says like this, I'll let this Jew do anything he wants. He can go to the Daf Yomi every day. He can finish the whole Shas. He can learn Shulchan Aruch. He can go to classes. He can give tzedakah. He can do everything. But if he had a taiva that he didn't work on, so he comes up to the next world and they say to him, no, so what did you accomplish? Oh, what did I accomplish? Well, I learned the Daf Yomi and I did this and I gave the tzedakah and I did that. Yeah, but your application's rejected. Why? Because you didn't accomplish it. You didn't fill it out right. You missed the point. That time when every time that let's say a person had to work on his kas, right? A person gets angry easily, right? So instead he puts himself in a circumstance that he never has to deal with his kas. He sets it up in a certain way that he doesn't have to deal with his kas. He does everything he does whatever it is, but he doesn't get into a place where he's provoked and he doesn't get angry. He tries never to get provoked.
You can't drive to New York.
What?
You can't drive to New York then.
Well, okay. Yeah, well, I don't know if we mean about that, but no. In other words, circumstances. Well, you can't drive anywhere in the world actually because you have that traffic wherever you go today. Right. But okay, but that's not the point. But the point what I'm trying is that the person does everything to just avoid that. He does all good things. But they'll tell him when he gets into 120 years and he goes up to the heavenly court, and they'll say to him, but you didn't work on your cost, that's why you were here. So you did all these things, bravo, but you didn't accomplish what you were here to fix. So they make him come back again. Oi. Start all over again. Do over, it's a do-over, right? Yes, let's finish up the piece. Okay, Valzer Amar Kasav Adam Ki Yakriv Mikem Karban LaHashem. This is so beautiful, he ties it in. So the pasuk uses a funny lashon Mikem, from within the person, LaHashem. Mikem mi'atzmechem, from within the person, from the essence of the person. Okay, me'amidei shelachem u'me'inyanim hakoshim b'yoyse shelachem. Whatever inyanim that are most difficult for that person, he gives that to Hashem. He gives over the thing, he transforms what's difficult, and he gives that to Hashem. Zois takrivil Hashem yisbarach l'karban. That's what Hashem says, I want you to bring me for a carbon. Why? V'zeh nikra karban l'Hashem, k'di'isa b'tayra avos. She'im karbonai min ha'behema. If a person brings a carbon from an animal, right? Min ha'bakar from cattle. Or he brings it min ha'tzayin from the sheep, right? Karban kazeh einay ela bechinas karbanchem. So you bring an animal, you go to the dealer and you buy a nice sheep and you bring it as a carbon, right? So you feel so good. Look at this, I bought this nice shapsula and I'm bringing this as a carbon. But the Torah says that's just karbanchem, that's a carbon. Aval ikar avoiduhu adam ki yakriv mikem carbon. The Torah says now in the beginning of Vayikra, where it talks about the garbanis, it has to be yakriv mikem. What's the Torah telling us over here? You have to bring something from within yourself. Sheyakrivu carbon mi'atzmechem mipnimius hanefesh. Bring something to Hashem from the pnimius of the nefesh. Like we learned, when the person brought the carbon, he has to understand it's nefesh tachas nefesh, right? Like when we do the kaparis, right? So we say zet tanegala yelech l'milamisa v'niyah konis yelech l'chayim tayim l'sham, right? So in other words, when you're bringing the carbon, you made a chatas, you made a mistake, and now you're saying the vidui. If you really understand that Hashem is so nice to me, He lets me bring this animal, and I could be mizvada, and I realize really I'm the one that's supposed to be slaughtered over here. And Hashem is so nice to me, He lets me bring this animal. So that's mikem. He feels it. You feel it. But it's not just, so I had some money, I bought this animal. Here's the animal. That's karbanchem. That's not important to Hashem. Those things that are most difficult to him, that's what he offers as a present to Hashem. And that's a karban LaHashem, not just karbanchem. Karban LaHashem. That's a karban Hashem. When I give something that's near and dear to me, and I give that to Hashem, that's near and dear. He fools he makes the person, he deludes the person. And he allows us to do all types of mitzvahs. Masim tovim shelo yoda ma'u ikar avodas sheloi. So as long as he doesn't know what my goal is, he'll let us do everything. He doesn't care. The Yetzer Hara allows us. He doesn't protest if we want to do things, as long as we're not hitting our target.
Okay.
So long as we're going around the target, but we're not hitting the target, he doesn't care. Do anything you want because he's not getting the target. Well, we're going to just go to the last. Turn the page. We'll go to the last paragraph, because we're running out of time. I want to do the piece on Purim, okay? Oid yesh levar inyan adam ki yakriv mikei karban LaHashem al derech mamar al Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh. The Baal Shem Tov teaches kasher Yetzer Hara mapil Yehudi ahava ra. If Hashem gives the person a feeling, ahava ra, he feels a love for something he shouldn't. Ahava ra, a bad law. Or yarei ra, he sees something bad. Olav ladas ki ein ra yored min hashemayim. We have to understand that Hashem doesn't send anything bad down from heaven. Everything coming down from heaven is actually good. So what is this? So why does he feel this love for something he shouldn't? Why does he see something that he shouldn't? How do you explain that? Here we go. V'rak shenasnu loy ke'eis matana min hashemayim es midas ahava. You know, when we have a feeling, right? Feelings are special, right? A feeling is special. That a person has a feeling. Some people, they don't have feelings, right? Some people are cold. They don't feel anything. You heard that right? People are cold. But now this person feels something. He feels an ahava. Now, albeit it's not supposed to be something that he's supposed to love, but yet he has a feeling of ahava. So what should he do? Yishtamesh bo lahavas Hashem lahavas Yisrael. Take that love and transfer it to be ahavas Hashem or lahavas Yisrael. In other words, you think to yourself, why do I even think about this person, this thing that I'm supposed to love? What is this? I don't want this, but I feel love. Let me realize, Hashem, I love you, that you put me in a situation that I could feel something of love. Let me use it to love you, Hashem. Let me use it to love you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Okay, v'tafkidai ata laharim es midas ahava. His main tafkid is to elevate the midah hava lachnisa lekedusha, to enter it into the realm of holiness. B'ahavas Hashem u'lahavas Yisrael, to love other Jewish people and to love the Rabbeinu Shalom. V'zeu adam ki yakriv miken karban l'Hashem. In other words, another understanding of mikem. What's that? Kedisa b'divrei Shmuel. Mikem, Rashi Tevas, Mida Keneged Mida. How do you like that? Isn't that beautiful? Mida Keneged Mida. Mikem, Mem, Kaf, Mem. Mida Keneged Mida. Mida Keneged Mida.
Also,
yes.
It's a palindrome.
Yes.
It's spelled the same backwards and forwards.
Excellent.
And the Turim said that shows that you're giving it
from within yourself.
And thus you're
it gets received. Excellent. Hainu she'im. You see that, Ma? You should come.
Well.
You have to come more often, Michael. We need your input. Hainu she'im misayuris eitzel yudi eza midira. That if a Jew feels something, a midira, but he feels something. He's something that he feels. Olav la'ira mida keneged mida. Take that mida keneged the other mida. Sheyara mida zul Hashem Yisbarach. Elevate it to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ki ato ha'es mesugal agbiya mida zul kedusha. Because now's the time when you feel that thing of love. Use it. Elevate it. He feels a kas. A person feels a kas. Use that kas to be angry. How Jews are treated in the world. Be angry about different things. Use it for something positive. Use it for something bad. Kivan shatan this ayura by midazu hareze matana min hashemayim. Because you have an awakening, some midah, that's a present from Shemayim. Use it right. And when he does that, it's like you're bringing a carbon. It's like bringing a carbon to Hashem. He's being Mekayim. This idea of bringing a carbon to Hashem. When I take what I want to do myself and I transform it to what you want, Hashem, Hashem says, that's the carbon I'm looking for. That's only a carbon. Okay? So now we understand a little bit the Vayikra, why it was a Lashon Nista, because really we get this Lashon is called to us. We get this Baskel comes out on HaChayrev all the time for us, and we hear this. And because we hear it, and we listen to that, and then if we understand that Hashem wants these circumstances, these situations that we're in, specifically these things. Okay. Now, what's that?
No, I got it right.
Oh, thank you. You what?
No, I want to make sure I was keeping the right one.
You got it. You got the right one. Yeah. Everyone's got
the right one.
Purim.
Purim, yeah.
Now we're going to do Purim. What?
You gave me Purim.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
Someone gave me another.
Now
Everyone has a Purim? Yeah?
But
Oh, so yes, come take one.
thank you.
No problem. What? Let's learn a little bit about Purim. Okay, let's see.